Welcome to the show!
Are you lighting dumpsters on fire?
Plus, that was bad.
The whole plane smells like weed.
Those were the days.
It's a joke, you idiot.
He's like, oh, it was great. We used to live in the subway tunnels.
Good old innocent fun. Welcome back, everybody, to Troublemakers, the podcast where each week we bring on a guest and they tell crazy stories about their lives. I'm your host, Dylan Krasinski, with you today on a beautiful day in Brooklyn. The candles are lit, and we are ready to have a good time. With me, as always, to my left and your right, is my close, dear friend and indispensable co-host, Mike T. Kerrigan, everybody.
Hello, how are you? Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Spotify. Get in there. Give us a 5-star rating. Why not, right?
Get those 5-star ratings up, baby. It's very simple. Just scroll on down to the bottom. 5 stars. Leave a comment.
I got a lot of roommates, and I'm trying to lower that number, so let's work on that together.
Trying to bring it from 5 to 4 in Michael's world.
Living in the dream.
All right, you ready to get into it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I mean, very excited to have him here today. Returning guest, Toronto native, and New York City comedian, JJ Liberman, everybody.
Hey, that was the longest fucking intro ever. Just listen to him. I'm like, oh my God, can I just cut him off and ruin this?
You wouldn't be the first guest. Honestly, a lot of guests just cut us off mid-intro.
Really? I was waiting for it. I was like, Jesus Christ, we're almost done the podcast by the time you introduced Mike.
That's what I like about JJ. He just says what he wants, you know, what he's thinking.
But not all the time. I
Yeah,
say
it was
I'll
too
say
long.
too much.
You got to balance it out.
Yeah, but
Get arrested.
yeah. So, anyways,
It's about as fast as an intro as I could do. That was so goddamn quick, dude. That was about
Really?
fucking 45 seconds.
well, it seemed like forever. But anyways, you were talking about how you have the craziest stories right before comedians with the craziest stories or
Yeah,
guests with the craziest stories, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But way to be a great podcast host chewing gum as the listeners are listening to your fucking lips smack together. Can you
Dude,
imagine
no one
that?
can hear it.
No one can hear it.
No.
Dude, what are you talking about? That's the number one complaint people have about podcasts is do not eat. So what? You think you chew? You don't think a fucking slob like you sounds like a horse an inch away from the microphone?
Dude,
Am I crazy?
Dude, you cannot hear me chewing gum. Honestly, people, go in the comments. I've been chewing gum every single episode. If
Have
can
you
hear-
really?
Yeah, dude, I chew gum every single episode. Nobody has
Why?
ever said anything. Because it makes my breath smell nice.
Yeah,
for
that's why I
for
do chew
for
gum.
the guests, and it keeps my mouth from getting dry.
Lubricated.
Yeah.
I actually have a thing for people that don't carry gum.
What is it?
I think you're fucking retarded. Like I don't know. My breath. I can after the month after wearing masks for 18 months.
Yeah.
How do you not own a pack of gum?
Yeah, you gotta.
It's an emergency.
All day. I do gum on stage.
Do you really?
That I find to be a big mistake.
What
Why?
if you spit it on someone?
Yeah. I've
It
had
did
fun.
happen once where I like spit it and I like very smoothly like it fell out of my mouth and I like caught it.
There's nothing smooth about spitting out gum. Hey, this is smooth.
Dude, it literally like
Fucking
fell out
idiot.
of my mouth and I like caught it and no one noticed.
Hey. What a
Oh, man.
fucking dummy. And what did they say? Did
Hey.
they clap? Did you finally get
No,
your
they
first
know they
applause
didn't
break?
notice. Ah, dude. Hey, it's a pleasure to have you on, dude. Returning.
man.
This is good too because now the first time you did the pod, we like kind of didn't really know each other.
Well, you
and
knew me.
Well, I knew you, but like,
But Mike never saw me do comedy.
Yeah.
but like barely. We had hung out like a few times, and now I consider us good friends.
When was this? That probably May?
Yeah, this was like 5-6 months
Oof.
ago. Probably
That was literally
I
on
think
the...
you were one of the earlier guests on one of the new setups, right?
no. You were a couch. The last time
I
you were
was
here,
a
you were on
couch.
No, it was Couch, but he might have been one of the first after we moved from the original where it was just me and you, right? He was one of our first guests.
Or
no.
you guys used to do it, the two of you? No,
It started just the two of us.
I did it after Charles Angle.
Oh, no, that was a good bit in.
That was probably like you were probably like the 10th guest.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
a good
May.
bit in.
So it was around May.
Yeah.
But I said to you, I asked you guys again to do the second time. I asked the first time because I said I thought your podcast, whatever you guys were doing, I thought it was fantastic. So
I appreciate, dude. You are one of the best supporters of our pod. You always talk us up, and I really appreciate that. You know.
But yeah, so it must have been May that I was here, and I was a month away because a couple weeks later we started talking at when you were running your shows in the Lower East Side of Manhattan.
Oh, yeah.
That's when we started
Yeah, I
talking.
think that's probably when I threw you up.
Yeah,
One of us threw you up.
It had to be May because
Yeah, because it was a bad show. I remember it was a bad show, and all I had heard was kind of like that you're crazy. So I'm like, wait, they were bad. I'm like, this guy's going to go on stage and lose it on this audience, but you kind of rocked with him. And I was like, okay, no, this is great.
And the word is around the campfire is that Dylan was getting texts about don't put JJ up at 6 p.m.
Who was that from?
You can't say.
You want to bring this up?
No,
bring it up
we can't
on the
say.
It was very funny.
Can't say, though. You can't say.
No, I'll tell the story without saying any
for
names.
sure. So,
and I think only one person would care about me telling the story. It wouldn't be the other person.
Right. So that's why.
So we're at this show. We're doing the 6. It was like 6 and 8.
And
early show, late show.
And it's light out.
It's light out. It's the middle of summer. It's like middle of May.
Yeah.
And it's still light out. There's like 7 people in the bar for the show. And there are no comics there. And then JJ shows up. And I was like, hey, do you want to go up?
I think I was booked on that show.
Were you?
Yeah.
However it was, you go up. I might have, yeah. You go up. And for anybody who's listening who is not familiar with JJ, he is a very animated comedian, high energy, and
I'll say
perfect
or come
for kids' birthday parties.
Oh, I hate when people say that.
Oh, really?
I get that all the time as I get off stage.
Perfect for a
Oh, yeah,
child's
they've been
birthday
doing
party?
that since I started.
Literally, you can book them for Christian parties.
Bat mitzvahs.
yeah.
Oh, hold your sides.
God,
He's inappropriate.
He's available for children parties, and then the dumb crowd claps.
The reality is they have kids at drag shows. They probably would hire you, and they'd probably be like, hey, and you got to lose the pants if you want to get paid. They'd be like, come in, no underwear. We'll have you at the local library. You're after the transgender story hour.
Prove that you're on transitioning pills.
Yeah. They're probably like, they'd probably test you. I don't know what they do.
So anyway, going back to, so you go on stage, and you ripped, dude. You had a
For
great
7
set.
people, yeah.
Great set for 7 people. And there was one person there who was not having it. And about 10 minutes later, I get a text saying, hey, you can't put JJ on the early shows.
Hey.
And I text back, I go, why not? He's killing. And this person goes, I know, he's great. It just, JJ's not good when it's light out. Like,
I
we
agree
can't.
with that.
And I
That's
was
a fair
like,
statement.
okay, fair. And then I ended up telling JJ, which you had already heard the story.
I did hear the story because that person once yelled at me.
Yes.
So yeah. So, but that came out during the yelling, where he's like, "You can't. You leave laughs on the table." I'm like, "How?"
Oh, man. The last person you want to come up with that type of talk is to JJ.
Yeah,
He'll explode. Someone the other day, I'm not going to say who, some comedian, and they really were, in my opinion, they were just kind of swinging bullshit around, and they said a couple things to you, and I just seen JJ being like,
Oh, really?
Yeah, in your eyes, you were basically like, don't ever. I think you may have even said something like, don't ever talk to me about comedy.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, you don't understand the principles.
Yeah, some
like
people just really don't understand.
JJ's a big principle guy, loves the raw comedy. Which
But it's
I
like what
respect.
I'm trying to. But the thing is, at the end of the day, what we're all trying to do, even though it is comedy and there are structures of comedy, it still is art. So that's like looking at a piece of art and saying, well, that's no. And you're like, but I'm trying to do my version of it. So it's someone was telling me I have to be less aggressive and don't yell. And all the things I've heard from
They're like, don't do your act.
Don't do your act.
Yeah, don't be yourself. No, you got to be yourself. You'll find your groove. I think that's the mistake.
Dude, what was, you were just telling me you don't take notes from anybody.
I don't either.
Can you, I know, but the way you told it, I was dying,
This
dude.
fucking idiot. So this is Sunday night. We're all hanging out, and we're all hanging out in the back of the comedy club. And I said to him, so the show's between a door. This is our home club.
Yeah.
And there's between the door is the fucking venue. And then in the bar part, it's separated. And we're all hanging there and we're just dying. And I said, the audience will never realize how much funnier it is out here. They'll never understand how when you allow free speech, like, we're in the military, they're like, speak freely, permission to speak freely. That's what it's like outside of a comedy club or in a green room, and it's the funniest thing. And then we're talking about a booker in Canada. This is the craziest story. that they were using someone dropped in on their show, a famous person, and he only did a 5-minute set. They took a picture of him and then they put him on their flyer to hand out to people on the streets. And I said, what a fucking scumbag. What a cheese dick to be able to do, that, to manipulate your success to get people into your club. And you'll never even be, it was a picture of just him.
And not a collage of,
all
all these comics do our
just
shows.
Him.
Yeah.
Such a scumbag move. And I said, that fucking same guy. I once walked off stage and he goes, and I do my bit and I had a great set. And he walks up to me with his little fucking nerdy notebook and he goes, hey, I've got a tag for you. And I said, he's like, oh, no. He goes, hey, would you like a tag? And I just go, nope, and walk right by him.
Oh, man.
Dude, it made me laugh so hard. Hey, can I give you a tag? Nope.
Literally walked right by him. Like, don't. So tag's a joke. But the thing is, I have the reason for that. One, you might have heard that tag from someone else, and then you're going to give me a joke and
not realize it.
Yeah, not realize it because you can't create your own fucking jokes, so you're stealing them in your mind to give to me, and then all of a sudden I'm a joke thief listening to some fucking E-list comic. That's why I'm not just going to listen.
I like
to
how it's not
guys.
an F-list comic. It was just E, just
man.
one step above F.
But one below D.
That's true.
That's the thing. It's D. It's a D list.
D list.
Oh God. All right. Let's see if we can drink the tea. But yeah, that was a fun night. We all hung out.
Yeah, that was
night.
good. That was a good time. Dude, you're fasting right now, right?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, great podcast content.
Shut up, dude. Jesus Christ. Well, I know you came on. You wanted to talk about the fucking
I want to talk
the cat
about
killer.
No, I want we will talk about, but
Yeah.
I just want to say as walking over to this area, I'm shocked you who seems like somewhat of a prima donna would live in this area. I don't feel welcome here. I would not feel welcome at night.
I lived here. There's just no. I just hate it because there's nothing here. It's a dead zone. There's no food. There's bodegas. That's it.
But don't you feel that thing like it's like, oh, here comes the gentrification of a white guy?
Oh, I've said it. Yeah, this neighborhood's gentrifying, but the neighborhood hasn't caught up yet. So, like, that bodega where there's the chicken place across the street, it's like chicken and burgers. Once that becomes a Starbucks, that's when I would move back here.
Or an independent
That's when I would
coffee
want
shop.
to be.
Well,
yeah, there's nothing, dude.
But that's the thing. Like, I would feel at night, I'm shocked you would walk around because it does seem a little bit rough around the edges.
I thought this neighborhood was totally safe, but
Oh,
like,
really?
I think it's okay.
there would be like I had a cove where my door was, this inner cove, so there was a lot of crack smoking.
Well,
so
but-
there'd be like 3 guys literally like cooking crack. The only thing I would say is they were so polite to me. They're like, "Good evening, sir," and I'm like, I know what they're up to. I'm like, dude, I can see the Brillo pad. And,
Dude, I mean-
Isn't that the side effect of crack, to be polite?
no, but that's all I ask. That's all I ask.
Smoke your crack, but be nice.
Because I've had stoop guys before that are not nice to you on the way in, which is also
they're stoop guys just hanging out on
yeah,
the...
they don't live in the building.
no.
way.
Yeah, they're just
And
stooping it
sometimes
up.
they don't like you, which is not nice.
Well, but that's what I'm
Rude.
saying. Like, if you're saying your area is so safe, you have like someone. What
Well-
did they tire iron your?
Dude, so that, I'll tell you that. So there was, I don't know why this is happening, because I've lived here for a year without a problem.
It's this anti-COVID shit. This after COVID crime wave.
Well, but I've been
You
here
think
for
they're
a
causing
year
crime because
after
they hate COVID?
No, because there's a free for all. You don't get
Oh.
arrested. You can go. You'll be
Yeah,
out in
dude,
20 minutes.
no. But I've been here for a year. Nothing's happened.
Yeah.
About a month ago, I noticed that the front door that you type the code in and it lets you in, the glass door is cracked, literally cracked, and it looks like there's a little hole on the edge of the door frame.
Dude, that's
where
from a
someone
crowbar.
tried
That's
to
a
punch,
clear-
like
that's a
punch it
clear
with a crowbar,
crowbar.
right? So it was a clear glass door. I am the only one. I text the landlord and I was like, hey, it's must have been a day or two after it happened. And I was like, hey, man, someone cracked this door. And he's like, oh, send me a picture. So they go, they fix it, whatever. Swear to God, 3 days ago, it was they must have replaced it last weekend. 3 days later, identical crack in the door. So I don't know who the fuck's doing it.
That's scary. And what about, you told me about the drive-by. Someone drive by and yelled, "Fatty!"
A drive-by fat shaming. That's a good time right there. That's fun for the whole family.
Dude, that did happen on the train. I told you that, dude.
Oh,
You didn't,
what?
I talked about it on the pod, dude.
Really?
Yeah, it's like 12-year-old kid. I'm walking off and my shirt, and he's like, "Yo, take care of them titties." And I was like,
can't believe
fuck.
he said, "Take care of them
He
titties."
goes, "You better take care of them titties."
Is that why you're asking me about the fasting? You're like, fasting.
No, you're a big fucking eater, dude. You fucking are a bad influence.
Dude, what we ate last Chase said the same thing to me. What we ate last night. We went, he's like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "You guys want to go to Martha's?" Because the show got canceled. They're like, "Oh, sure." And then they get a couple things to go. And I'm like, I'm not going to get anything. And they're like, "But you brought us here." And I was like, "Well, I thought we were going to sit here." And he goes, "Do you want to sit here?" And I walked to the table and we ordered literally $50 worth of cakes.
Dude, it's
That's
such
insane.
you're a bad influence to be.
I am a bad influence.
What did
I want to start going on the road with him just to eat. Because
you're you called me the other day. Well, okay, our friend Ray. What did he say to you when?
This was.
Can you
did
tell the
hear
story?
this? So I was having a cheat day, and I messaged Dylan. I was like, "Yo, let's go get some food tonight." Right? I love to eat with people. That's my favorite thing in life. If it's not even more so than sex, let me tell you something. I was supposed to meet a what do you call a lady of the night today. I just didn't have enough money, so I chose not to.
You chose to eat.
Because
That's the right choice. In that
I
matter.
have. So she was
Kerrigan absolutely supports you doing that, but
She
for
was
different reasons than I do.
$300 for the hour. I have $303 in my Wells Fargo account, and I didn't sleep last night contemplating. Would be rolling, tossing, and turning. I'm like, oh, I want her so bad. But she's lactation. She can lactate. So
Oh
this is
my God,
this is
dude.
something I've
Jesus
not had
Christ.
for years. Like since 2000.
Yeah, since you were a baby, hopefully. Yeah, I haven't had human breast milk in years. Yeah, since I was 1 year old or whatever.
It goes
Oh
up
my
to
goodness.
2.
Yeah, hopefully.
It goes
No,
up
I
to
have
2.
seen it up to this lady was going. The kid was like, he was like 11. He's like playing video games. It was weird.
But it doesn't.
a
It doesn't
breast in the
stop
mouth?
as long as. So it doesn't stop as long as.
as long as it's like a cow, you can just keep milking it.
You can just, as long as you're milking it, as long as you're, or as like we like to call it in the lactation fetish world, suckling her breast. Is this not sex?
No,
is not
I
a
love
conversation.
it. No, we talk.
Dude, I don't even know if this is in the category of sex or nutrition. I don't know what we're.
I will say we did just get monetized yesterday, so this might be a limited monetization
So
episode.
she was she's a surrogate mother, and after she does pregnancy, she will perform wet nurse obligations. So wet nurse is for men like me who have mommy issues,
I
and
don't think that's why wet
And for
nurses
for
exist.
children whose mothers can't feed them.
No,
Yeah,
so that's a
that's
real
what it's
thing. No,
for, dude.
no, a professional wet nurse is not. There are women like in tribes that will breastfeed other people.
Oh, yeah.
That's a normal
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
But there is also a community of ANF, ANR, adult nursing relationship, ABF, adult breastfeeding, and ANR, adult nursing relationship. I'm one of the normal ones. I don't like to wear diapers or nothing like that. I just like the milk.
So you feel like you're taking it easy on them.
Oh yeah.
You come in, you're like, hey, I'm no freak. I'm not going to poop
right.
myself and make you clean it up.
Exactly. I'm not a freak that way. I don't know. It's a weird thing. I had some in 2018 and it was incredible. I had a whole experience with the massage therapist who could do it. And it was just one of the she was so hot. So anyways, I haven't had for years and the one's in New York and I contemplated, but I made the decision. I'm like, me and my dogs got to eat tomorrow. So
Yeah, dude, that's crazy that you'd even think. You have $300
Oh my
period
God.
to your name.
303.
Yeah, I live in the same boat, but it's just,
You're not drinking milk.
yeah, I'm not drinking,
not-
paying for breast
You're
milk.
an old school guy. You go down to the convenience store, get a 2-liter
I don't even
card,
like
and
them.
Yeah,
Like,
you know
no.
how much half and half costs, dude? It's like $3.
Yeah.
Okay, you go drink it straight out of the carton. You could warm it up a little bit, dude. Just have some hot milk.
I don't know. It's just the deviant experience of it.
$300, dude, for milk.
Oh, buddy.
Me and Dom do describe like when we were rolling because we were super poor, kind of like where you are now.
Yeah.
And
I'm up and down though. Some weeks.
I'm like down. I'm back with
Yeah.
you some weeks too, but like when we got like $1,000 for some reason, like in the bank,
God.
we're going out and like like we're balling. And then you
Yeah.
realize, like, dude, I got rent due in 2 days.
Dude.
It's $950, and you're getting like steak dinners.
Exactly situation last week. $1,200 in my checking account, and I've never had that much money since the time. Going back to that conversation where you first saw me do stand-up comedy, you told me I was so broke. You're like, dude, if you can make it out of this, you'll look at someone having a mental breakdown one day. You made it out of it, and you'll just laugh at them.
Which I've done like 4 or 5 times.
Oh yeah, because we've been on the verge of man, when I've had like, dude, this is how broke I've been. I was on the way to the vet and I had no money. And I texted Danny Polishuk. I'm like, send me $75 immediately. I was on the plane to Las Vegas for Skankfest. $13 in my checking account. I get paid after sitting on the plane. We're about to take off LaGuardia. We're going LaGuardia to Chicago, then Chicago to Vegas. As I'm on the plane, I text Danny and Ryan Long, and I said, I have to pay for this hotel. I get paid after. Send me the money now. I'll send it back to you. This is how good of friends I have. I land in Chicago, turn on my phone, $500 Zelle.
Jeez,
Good friends.
Good friends.
Yeah,
Great
but I pay
friends.
them. Yeah, good. Both of them are good people. But that's what I'm saying is like, if I don't know how you did it, because I had people like Ryan and who will like, hey man, I need something right now. Sometimes I'll say, I really do need like $50, but I'm like, hey, I need $70 right now so I could do some Uber Eats too.
Yo, dude, you gotta walk to the bodega when you want Uber Eats, man.
That stuff is wild.
It's so expensive.
Once a month though,
at least double, right?
Oh,
yeah,
it's
dude.
double. But
Dude,
sometimes
you pay like $40 for 10 wings.
My roommate used to order McDonald's,
it's
and we lived
horrible.
1 block from McDonald's.
That is
and
the
I was like,
sloppiest thing
it's
I've ever
quicker
seen.
to walk. It's literally quicker to walk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's like bang, you're there.
And they're not going to eat your food.
And also too, you have to pay
fries.
the fees.
It's the
Yeah, it's
fees.
gonna be
the
double the
tips,
price at least.
Yeah, dude.
No,
It's
but
nuts.
some days, man, when I had money last, I had like legit like mid 5 figures in a checking account, just hanging out, like this time last year. This is where I deserve to go broke. We are doing shows in LA at the Improv, opening for Ryan, me, Ryan, Danny. I would go first, Danny go second, Ryan headlines. I touch down in LA. I have so much money. I'm not even getting paid for the fucking, because Danny's the opener, right? Yeah. I just said, I'll meet you guys. This is how much free money I had. I fly down and I wear this shirt, a crypto shirt. And the thing is, like, when you're very bullish, you call yourself like the apes, like you're an ape, like just hoarding money and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I wore a t-shirt, Ape Strong, smoking a cigar, the ape smoking a cigar with a Bitcoin hat. And literally a week later, the market crashes, and that was the top. Me wearing a t-shirt like that was the top of the market. And I should have seen the sign. That's how stupid people are. When you're walking out with a t-shirt flaunting your success, and this is not a lot of money, but for me, I've never had more than I've never had more than 9,000 in my checking account. But all of a sudden, I got $50,000 in crypto, and I'm walking around with t-shirts, fucking whores, and I'm like, I should have just sold everything.
Dude, it's probably
right
for
there.
the best that you lost it all, because then you came here. And
I don't have HIV.
Blowing it.
You needed to get the hell out of there. You needed to get to New York.
Had to have left.
You have to get to the darkness for comedy.
Uh-huh.
But that's what it was. We were talking. I'm like, man, at the time, I'm sleeping on the floor on a yoga mat. You're like, well, I sleep on the floor too. I'm like, but you got back issues, I love it.
Kerrigan.
I hated it.
Yeah.
I would hate it. Sleeping on the floor. You wake up at 3 a.m. Your arm's asleep. You feel like your arm just got. Did you never have that?
No.
Really?
Yeah, I know how to sleep. This guy sleeps on his stomach, which is like
Yeah, I sleep on my stomach.
You're the way
relaxed,
I've
dude.
seen, like, when there's like a guy and he shows a video. I know the exact way you sleep. He goes, in this is the one he'll have like red marks all over back, like liver.
Well,
he sleeps like sprawled out, like on his
He
stomach.
has to sleep on his stomach. It's like a chick with huge tits. If he sleeps on his back, where his gut will like just flop out.
Oh,
never seen that with chick with huge tits?
Dude, I've seen it.
They're so big and natural, they just like separate to the side. They're not even on her body anymore.
Dude, it's
they
like,
look like a headrest.
Have you ever seen the googly eyes, like Mr. They're
Yeah,
just like in mind of their own.
I
dude.
love that. Oh my god! For a guy who spent most of my life being gay, I love tits. Yeah, so
That's a clip.
That's a clip. Dude, can you tell? So tell the story about when you called Ray, or you were talking.
Right.
You were
Wow.
talking to Ray, and then
That's-
you called me. I'm calling it back.
Yeah, that's amazing. How did we? That was like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So
That's
I'm
what it is. A little side story.
Oh, but that's what I love about this. I'm having a cheat day. So cheat day is very epic for me because like today, I'm like fasting. I'm not going to eat for a couple more hours. I'll probably do like sometimes 23, 24-hour fast. And then when I break it, I'll break it with like some broth, like chicken broth or something, like real nerdy. And then you eat clean, right? There's just salads and chicken. But then when I have a cheat day, I want to get like, literally probably 7,000 to 8,000 calories. Literally 7,000 to 8,000 calories, all fried food, and then I'm having this cheat day, and I don't like doing it alone. My thing with a cheat day, I like to have someone bigger than me, like fatter than me. So when I go out to eat with them, like we're ordering it, but the waitress is staring at him, right? Like, how are you doing this to yourself? And I'm like, yeah, right. Why is he doing it? I'm just...
That's why he's been buttering it up to you. You're his new like stool pigeon for his eating binges. He's gonna have you. This kid's cholesterol is gonna be through the roof.
There was a guy last night who's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna." I ordered for the four of us because I like to do family style food with everything.
I know, I've seen it.
Yeah, so I ordered for it, and the one guy said, "Whoa, I'm actually watching my sugar right now," and I was like, "Okay, like no problem."
There's nothing you can order at Martha's that isn't.
Well,
made
he didn't
of
even
sugar.
he didn't eat nothing. He just sat there like a lunatic drinking coffee while we're literally like licking knives. But that's a cheat day. So I messaged Dylan. I'm like, yo, let's go fucking get food. Like, let's cheat. I think whatever it was, and then you said no, and then I was complaining to Ray. I was like, "What do I do?" He's like, "Just get a couple beers in him. He'll be eating later." And that's what happened. A beer later, I showed up with a bunch of cookies. He's like, "Oh, let me get one of those."
Well, dude, you show up with these. I mean, for the people. I mean,
Were they from Martha's?
no, the
Even better.
the Whole Foods cookies.
Surprisingly,
Yeah. What are they? They're like these peanut brittle fucking
peanut brittle
things.
with white chocolate.
So good.
It is unbelievable.
And listen, I don't support theft, but putting it on the scale as a, I don't want to give out your secret.
No, give out my secret.
Your secret is
I steal from Whole Foods. Fuck Jeff Bezos.
I go to
No.
Whole Foods.
It's not a secret. He underpays his employees. He's got Chinese working for him in China. I don't know if that's true. But
Hey, listen, whatever.
But he treats his employees. They pay him $17 an hour, and this guy's on a yacht. Fuck that guy. So I go to the salad bars, and I get the warm food. I got to eat dinner if I don't have money. And then I grab 2 bananas, and I put the bananas on top of the food, and I weigh it as bananas. And I pay $1.50 for dinner every night. Fuck them. What, am I not going to enjoy my life
it's
living
fair.
in New York? I sleep on the floor, entertain fucking strangers every day. Fuck these people. I'm going to eat a fucking warm chicken salad.
And listen, I support it because you always give me a little bit of a cookie.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I do support
Sometimes
your
I don't
theft.
even weigh the cookies. I just put them in the fucking bag. Fuck
Or just
this.
eat them walking around.
Yeah.
Dude, when we went to Whole Foods, me, you, and Ray, that time when we go to Whole Foods because we're at the club, and then JJ's like, "Oh, I'm flying out tomorrow."
I was flying out on a
flying out
Thursday. This is
tomorrow. You guys want to go? I need to get some snacks for the plane for the airport. So we go over to Whole Foods, walking around. JJ gets this bag of chips. He gets
Salt and vinegar chips.
Salt and vinegar chips.
Good call.
He gets a bunch of these peanut brittle white chocolate cookies. And then what else did you get? You got like.
Oh, I got. You know how they have the cookie section, the bulk cookie section.
Yeah.
I just load up everything.
You got like 3 or 4 items,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, for sure.
And he's like, "Oh, these are for the plane. They're for the airport."
6-hour flight.
Dude, we walk back to the club. He ate all of it.
I ate everything.
Before we even left
everything.
for the night, dude. Yeah. As soon as you cracked open that bag of chips, I was
done.
like, it's done.
Well, I always get chocolate for the plane just in case.
Oh, that's what it was. It was a huge ass chocolate bar.
Oh, right.
Like
The
1,000 calorie
the
chocolate bar.
Tony's chocolate bars.
I know those are massive. That's for like baking. They're so big.
I
They're like a
literally
pound-
ate the
it's
whole
like
thing.
It's in like a pound bar.
Yeah, it's a pound bar. It's
Yeah.
a pound bar. I ate the bag of chips, and then I still had stuff for the next day.
Dude.
So
on the
you'll
flight.
chow
It
on a
was-
flight?
I have to eat on a flight.
I used to when I was younger. Now I don't. I might have like I'd love a bag of chips. That's
I love flying with chips. So I bring chips and chocolate just in case the plane goes down. So I don't want to die with like eating healthy.
Like, would you? So as it's going
As
down,
they're crashing, you're like,
you
"Let me get
open
this
your
fucking
bag. As
chocolate."
other people are panicking, he's like jamming it in his mouth, the whole bar.
When I was such a
Oh my God.
yeah.
It's such a JJ, but different mentality than everyone else.
What would you do?
Me? Probably cry.
Really?
And try to call a family member if it was going on for long enough.
Buddy, I don't even think. I think, man, once that gets into nosedive, I think you just lose oxygen.
Yeah, I that's what I think. I think you're just like panicking and you probably pass out.
Oh, yeah, there's no way. Let me tell you something. The fucking Dalai Lama would be going, ah!
I'll tell you this. I think I would be pretty cool and calm in the
do
situation.
you?
Yeah, I think I'd survive.
Yeah, it is what it is. You just
I'm an
got.
athlete,
What is
dude.
the thing they show you in the video? They're like tuck under the seat. I'm like, dude, you hit that water hard.
But you know why they tell you to do
explode on
that?
So you
impact.
break your neck on impact.
That's so fucked. Yeah, so that I do the opposite.
So it's a clean
because
death?
I'm going to surprise.
You've done the opposite? You've been in plane
no,
crashes?
but if it happened,
Is that why
dude,
you're here right now? Everyone tucked their head and you were like this?
Yeah, dude.
Suckers.
That's why I survived.
Troublemaker podcast.
That's why I survived, dog. I'm a hell of an athlete and I'm a hell of a survivalist.
So that is the reason they do that, right?
Yeah, so you like fucking die.
You don't know if that's real because we could
I
have heard
don't
the
know.
same wives stuff.
I just think it depends on how you hit. You hit the water the wrong way, it's over anyway. The
So
plane
there-
just goes.
There is they say when you hit.
It's like cement.
I was sitting beside a couple pilots. You know, sometimes they're on board.
Yeah.
And these guys were sitting beside me and we're talking about it. This is when I was in baseball. And they were telling me, like, buddy, because we were talking about plane crashes. They're like, you have nothing to worry about if the plane crashed. I said, really? It's like, yeah. They've done autopsies, and there were people who were sitting in the fucking back, and they found teeth in the cockpit.
Oh,
That's how intense he said it is. So imagine.
Holy shit.
Well, think of it, right? Like you're just literally you slam. So
Oh my God.
it's to me the scariest thing.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, it is terrifying. Well, we talked about flying over the ocean. You say you try not to think about
Oh
it.
yeah, the first time I flew to Europe. We're on the plane and we're about what is it? It's like a 6 or 8
6
hour
hours
flight,
to Paris
something
from
like
here,
that. Yeah. So we're about 3 hours in, and I just think about it in my head. It was just one of those thoughts, dude. One of those just invasive, and it was like, oh man, you're in the middle of the ocean right now.
Scary.
And then I was like, there's nothing below you for miles other than
Miles.
ocean. Thousands, like
Literally
hundreds
thousands
of
of miles.
With nothing other than just ocean, empty ocean. Like if you go down, there's no survive. And I was like, it gave me like a slight panic attack for a second. And I was like, all right, fucking relax. And I just like turned on the
Imagine
movie.
being on an edible.
Dude, That's why I wouldn't do it. That's why I would not smoke, no weed on planes.
Can you get high on planes?
No, I would never do that. I did it on a train one time. Took an unmarked edible. Dude, I couldn't believe this. It was one cookie. I was like, money. Best train ride of my life. It's a 3 hour. I got on the
This
Acela.
is the Amtrak,
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Excel is
I
fantastic.
paid for the 3 hour. There was a little bit of snow. Dude, 9 hours later, I get to Boston. And when I needed all that time because it was a full panic attack till like I got there.
Just a 9 hour panic attack.
I thought about jumping off the train. I had my bag at one point. I was like, well, I'm going to roll.
I start thinking people are staring at me.
Oh, they probably were too. That's what I think.
Well, because that's what happens. You start thinking they're looking at me, so you start staring at them. So you are staring at them,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then they are looking at you, and you've created this concoction of crazy. I don't like to be high outside of
I hate
my
edibles
place.
in general.
Do you are you a big drug guy other than weed?
No, I have no interest.
Have you ever done?
No. I hear like I don't get
Like
the coke.
mushrooms or coke.
I done
or-
mushrooms once. It was fantastic, but I
Really?
don't have the desire. You know, someone said this really brilliantly. Daniela Bolelli. He does History Under Fire, I think it is.
Okay.
Not Dan Carlin's, but the next big guy. He's like, I do all this stuff. I do the meditation, this, that, the other thing, you know, and I only feel 2% better. But then one day he said, so maybe it's a
Yeah.
cumulative.
Cumulative.
Yeah, effect. Thanks. Got
Gotcha,
the lawyer.
dude.
But that's message him. This is the best. You forget it. I was about to post a clip yesterday, and I had to make sure I wasn't still under statute of limitations for getting arrested.
Oh, word.
Yeah, so it's good to have the lawyer.
Well, I don't even think what you said was illegal, but you know.
No, but still, it's nice to have some advice.
Yeah,
Do you
I
get that
gotcha.
a lot?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. Anything crazy?
Not really. I'm trying to think. No, it's usually like I've never gotten a crazy request. No, I've seen more crazy stuff.
Really?
In like courtrooms. Like
Oh,
that's
yeah,
where you
for
see
sure.
the crazy stuff. Like I remember one time I was brand new to the court and they used to bring these two brothers who kept getting arrested.
Black
And-
guys.
And they were kind of crazy.
You shouldn't call them brothers anymore. That's so bad.
They were blood-related individuals.
Black guys?
They were brothers related
Wow, you
by
gotta
the
stop.
same mother. They were siblings.
Yeah, so what'd they do?
So they used to come into court and one day, dude, they always did this thing where they would shit themselves
No.
and rub it all over the cells.
Come on.
Dude, every single time. And then one time, dude, they brought them in together just randomly. They were there on the same date, like from different jails. They came in. Dude, the amount of shit that was going, the court officers are coming up and they're like, I'm gonna throw up. They're
What
like, I
would-
can't be down there, dude. They're just shitting themselves. They're shitting in their hands and they're rubbing it on the glass.
Isn't that like
they're rubbing
contempt-
it on,
or-
dude? Yeah, dude. All the other guys, all the other inmates down there are like, "Oh, get me the fuck out of here!" And they're like yelling.
So in the holding cell, they would shit themselves.
Yeah, the judge banned them from coming back to the courthouse. He was like, they're not allowed to.
So
come
they
back
would
here.
do like Viacom
Yeah.
shit.
This is 2015.
Could you
Like,
smell it?
No, thank God, no.
Wow.
But-
And you were there defend.
No, I was part of the DA's office. So
Oh, you
prosecuting
were?
them. Yeah.
Oh wow. And what were they
Keeping
in
the
for?
community safe, people.
Really?
I don't even remember. To be honest, I have no idea.
I can't believe you
why
were
they
part of the DA's office.
Yeah, I was a prosecutor.
Wow. Criminal?
Yeah.
Is that get dangerous?
Yeah, I've had. I mean, it can. I mean,
The
there.
drive-by fat shamings?
Yeah. Well, imagine if you were going up against this guy.
Dude,
Did you ever have it?
He's over there smiling, vaping in the corner.
no, you basically get to talk shit about people to their face.
He's like, anything from the DA? Yeah, we recommend the serious sentencing. And the guy goes, yeah, take care of them titties.
Dude, I did have one time. This guy, I was recommended something like he was a serial like woman abuser.
But that's
Like,
okay. Those guys aren't worried. Like those aren't the bad ones.
No, those are I think the worst ones, dude.
Okay, maybe that's true.
What the fuck are you talking about,
I
dude?
mean, for coming after you.
No, because I guess not really.
But,
I mean,
in
here's
this-
the thing, dude. We used to say this all the time. Like, we are totally replaceable. Like, our faces, you might be in a court for 6 months and then you go to another court. Like, they don't, like, defendants aren't looking at, like, us personally, you know?
Oh, really?
Maybe they are at some point, but, like, what are they going to, they take me out or threaten me. It's
Oh,
just
right.
going to go to someone else.
But wasn't
and it's
that
still
a
gonna
thing,
happen.
though, to scare? Is that more of an 80s
I mean, that's
thing?
like super high level.
Oh,
like,
right.
crime,
Like
like
mafia.
Yeah, we're talking like,
But
like
that's what I mean.
cartel stuff. Or
But that's
like
what I mean.
Street gang stuff.
These guys are unorganized, just criminals.
women
Yeah.
beaters.
Yeah, I mean, one time though, I did have this case where the guy was in jail.
You got some titties. I'm gonna beat you.
Dude, this guy literally, the judge let him out.
I told you take care of them titties, bitch.
JJ has this a
No,
lot.
you come in,
50 titty jokes.
you come in here with those titties. We're gonna oil them up for you.
Oh, no. Oh, man.
You got any milk in those titties?
Over the line.
Over the line, dude. Over the line.
All right, so the one guy.
So this one guy, I remember I was recommended something like really bad, like really like 2.5 years in jail or something like that, like a max for it. And he was like, he wanted to get out that day. And the judge was just, had no interest. It was just like, oh, well, it's not that bad. And I went through the whole thing. I was like, I want to put it all on the record. I played like tapes. I played like, it was like threats, but it was a long, long history. And the judge was like, oh, I know, I get it. I'm like, I'm putting it on the record. I'm like being, I was like, I want this all out here. And the guy is getting all pissed off in the dock. And that's kind of what I wanted too, because I wanted this guy to like freak out in the courtroom.
See the reaction.
Yeah, I wanted him to freak out because then the judge is like, oh, maybe this guy isn't a good guy. Like if he's freaking out in front of everybody here, what the fuck is he doing when nobody's watching him? So I'm like going into such detail. Doesn't matter. Judge lets him out. We walk over. He's getting probation. He's like waiting. I'm waiting for the elevator and he comes out. And I look at him and he's like grilling me.
Really?
He's like grilling me. And he legit goes, what are you looking at, fat boy? And I go, what the fuck did you say? And he goes, nothing.
Can you talk shit to them like that?
Yeah, I don't care. I thought of in my head at that moment, he was a big fucking white dude, big, tall white dude. And in my mind, I was so mad about what just happened in the court. I go, I'll take a punch from this guy to just send him back to jail.
I could see.
I was like, I would love to get hit by this guy right now.
You in a suit. I'm picturing it right now. I could see how you could be the biggest asshole. You just seem like you would just have.
I'm not an asshole. I'm very nice.
Really?
But when like I was a very reasonable.
Were you a
prosecutor.
fraternizer? Like, would you go over talk to the cons? Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going today? Like, you see the umpires with the first baseman. They sometimes talk to them. Hey, good. Yeah,
you don't do that with the cons. You do that with the other.
I mean, I did it with
people.
one.
Right.
Yeah, of course. One time, this guy got picked up on a default, and he was a rapper, and the judge and the defense attorney are there, and I'm there too, and it was just four of us in the courtroom. And he's saying like, oh, well, like I have this, I'm signing with Jay-Z. Like he wants to sign me, wants him out of jail. And the judge and the defense attorney are like, well, Commonwealth, do you have it? And I was like, I'm fat. I'm like, what do you got going on? Really? I was like chatting it up. And I was like, were you on the freshman list? He was like, I was a finalist last year. And like, I was
That's
like,
awesome.
That's fucking cool, man. And it was like a nothing case. I was like, yeah, let's get rid of
Right.
it. Like, let's help you wrap all this stuff up. But yeah, when I said, well, I was like, that guy yelled at me and I was like, what did you just say to me? Like, what the fuck did you say? And then he's like, nothing. I was like, all right, let's go. And I like went and got probation and we went back into the courtroom. And I was like, I want the judge fucking out here now.
Oh, because he said that.
Yeah, I'm like, this guy's already fucking like literally
Troublemaker.
threatening me.
Should have
Pretty
him on the
much
podcast.
Threatening me, trying to intimidate me in the hallway. After he just got like a fucking sweetheart deal, I was so mad. And then the judge didn't do anything.
That would be
Didn't give a shit.
great podcast, having people on probation come on. But I guess they can't talk. Right?
You need
Incriminating themselves. He's like, yeah, I beat the hell out of her.
Yeah, you need people who have already done their time.
Right.
Those are the fun ones.
Yeah, like Derek's amazing.
Oh yeah, he was a former guest.
Yeah,
he was a great one.
His stuff does well.
Yeah. Well, we got time. We got like 15 minutes, but you want to talk about this the cat killer.
Oh fuck!
Give a little prefix. This is a friend of yours, right?
Yeah.
I want to. Set the stage. So people who don't know, this was a Netflix show, right?
Yeah.
What's his name? Luca Magnetti.
No, but
who the fuck knows?
Close. So there was a
don't fucking
Netflix. What's a Netflix documentary called?
Don't fuck with cats.
Don't fuck with
one.
cats.
It was about like a year ago. It was very popular.
2020 during the height of pandemic, because I was watching it with my ex.
And this is back with one of your buddies, and you and him used to. You didn't know he was, but you and him were killing cats. You didn't know he was.
I wasn't killing cats.
Oh.
No, I was.
Let him tell the story,
joking,
Mike.
yeah.
Don't be putting fucking words in his
joking,
mouth.
I'm joking.
Jesus.
I'll tell you something. If there's something that would go viral, it would be that clip.
Yeah.
We got a cat killer. He confessed on the Troublemakers podcast. So in 2000, I think it was 2012, right before I started comedy, there was a manhunt for a guy who in Canada, in Montreal, had a relationship with another man. He chopped up his body parts and then mailed body parts to both governments. So the
U.S. and...
No. Liberal and conservative. So in Canada, we call them liberal, conservative. Here, Dem, Republican.
Okay.
So there was a hunt for this guy who was sending body parts. He also made a video on gore.com Shout out to Gore.com. You can buy my merch on Gore.com. Of him having sex with the mutilated body.
Oh my God.
Yes. Then he fled Canada, which I didn't know. So anyways, there's this massive manhunt. It's every day on the news.
For this guy.
For this guy. Then eventually Interpol, and I would see him on the news, right? They knew
They knew who it was?
No, I don't think they knew who it was. Maybe they did. I can't remember. This is a long time ago. But I do remember, I think it was Interpol caught him at an internet cafe in Germany. And I would see this guy's face on the news. But then one night, it was like 2 a.m, I heard the voice. I heard his voice for the first time. And it like sent shivers down my spine because I looked up and I go, that's fucking... His name at the time was Luka Magnotta, so that's another reason I didn't put 2 and 2 together. But I knew him as Eric Newman, not the comedian. People always go to the comic. And,
yeah.
So I hear the voice and I instantly jump out of bed and I run to my roommate's room and I go, I know Luka Magnotta. And my buddy, this is how crazy it is. This is one of my closest friends in life. He's literally on the shitter. He's like, bro, I'm taking a shit. And then anyways, so long story short, that was someone who I used to be like close with in 2000. I think it was the summer of 2004. We would hang out all the time, scam older rich gay men, scam them for money.
That's how you met?
Yeah, we met at a gay club, and I thought he was a straight dude, and we started talking. And he was like, that night, I was like, oh, come hang out. And he was like, I can't. He was turning tricks, like he was escorting.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
So he was escorting that night. And then in the next day, he came over to hang out and like do gay shit. And he stunk so bad, I couldn't do anything with him. I made him take a shower, and I was like rubbing him down, and he still stunk. No, just like body odor. Like he didn't have like if someone's been out all night, like they didn't wear deodorant,
sure.
Maybe it was like European-ish. So
Put
yeah.
deodorant on.
So, but after that, we became really close, and we hung out like every day, and we just like shot the shit and stuff like that because he lived like these 2 lives too. Like he lived his real life and then his turning trick life, but he was so different than he was like shy and kind.
Interesting.
Yeah, really crazy. Like, haven't you ever seen that? You never got to that high enough level or worked on cases like that? Or were there cases in your office of like murderers or like serial killers or anything like that, or not that?
I'm trying to think where we didn't really have any. I mean, we had a couple of high-profile murders, but nothing like serial killer nature.
Did you never watch that Netflix show? Did you ever see the Mindhunter?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was great. I loved it.
And they canceled it too.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, they didn't cancel it. It was just, I think, was it David Fincher who did it?
Too expensive.
He was like, took so much money and time to do it. I guess all the actors want to do it, but they're just like,
you've never seen that show? Mm-mm. So it's based off.
It was so good.
It's based off how an FBI profiler, right? Is that?
Yeah, it's the start of the FBI like profiling
serial killers
department.
Dude, it's phenomenal. And it's really intense. And how the guy gets so close with these people. Anyways, one of the things is some of these guys are like he was like, for Eric, for example, he was such a, he was just a sweet guy. Like sweet, very beta.
So I have a question. So this guy, what year was this that you were hanging out with him?
2004.
And then when was this manhunt happening?
I think it was 2012.
2012.
A lot happened.
What was the documentary? Was he like killing cats on TV also?
So I guess that was around...
It's the same guy, right?
Yeah, I think that was in 2011, 2012 he started killing cats.
Was that after he had been like killing these people?
No, it was before.
So he was killing cats. They make a documentary about him?
No. They made the documentary in 2020.
So after everything had come out.
Right. Based off the whole story.
Got it. Okay. So he's killing cats and like putting it online and shit.
Yeah.
And then he's killing people.
Yeah.
And then they end up, I didn't watch it, but like that's
you haven't watched?
Nuts.
Oh, it's crazy. So I didn't know him I would never associate with someone who's a cat killer. Goes without saying.
Or
right?
a human killer, dude.
Yeah, right.
He didn't say that part.
Yeah, I know. I just want to put that on the record.
I feel people are more empathetic. Like if I said, "Oh, my buddy was a killer," and like, "Oh," and I'm like, "Yeah, it sucks," but I'm like, "Oh, my buddy kills cats, they would like, we gotta, you fucking animal.
I mean, listen, there's the penalty for killing a human is way worse than killing an animal.
Sure, yeah. But
it's still a crime. But
well, it's like that Patrice jokes. You've never seen a homeless guy and the homeless guy's with a dog and just feel bad for the dog.
Oh yeah.
I see that.
I think about that all the time.
Every day on Bedford, there's a guy with his dog, and I just feel so bad for the dog.
Yeah, I used to always say it's like,
yeah, your dog didn't choose that.
They always give him pit bulls. I'm like, let's switch up the breed and see if give him a retriever. Let's see if that helps.
I don't know who gives these guys the dogs, though.
I think they're just street dogs. They find them.
Oh, really?
They might go into a pound, too. Who knows?
Maybe.
Like, give me the one on death row. I'll take it.
There are some strays
Which is
out
fine.
there.
Yeah, I guess. No, but one on Bedford's not a pit bull. It's like it's like a hound or something.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for it.
So what ended up happening to this kid?
They caught him, and now he's serving life in jail.
Where?
In
Canada?
Canada.
Supermax?
They extradited him.
Damn. That's wild.
You wanted him served in America?
Well, no, I didn't know if they caught him in Germany. Like, where was he also? Was he still committing murders, like, throughout the world?
I don't think so.
Like,
so when you get extradited back to Canada, or so when you're on death row, but isn't death row, they don't have death row in Canada.
They don't.
There's very few death rows in America now, right?
No, there's quite a few.
Really?
I mean, federally, there's the death penalty.
But how long does it take to get it? Like if you get,
it takes a long time.
What, like
There's
15?
appeals.
Well, because like Tsarnaev, for example, like
wrongfully convicted,
the Boston bomber.
Oh no,
Tsarnaev.
Tsarnaev.
Tsarnaev, the Boston bomber, who I mean, that happened in 2014.
Were you both
2012,
there?
2013?
I was working that day.
Yeah, I was there. 2013, maybe that happened. And like the amount of time that it took, it's now almost 2023, almost 10 years later, and he's received the death penalty. It got overturned and then overturned again. But then it got back. It got like
why?
Death penalty.
What would it get overturned for?
It got appealed and got overturned. I think it was something with the they because they denied like removing it from Massachusetts, but then they flipped it back, so it was good. Dude, it was back and forth, but it's legit been like 10 years since the trial, and they're still going through all these appeals, and then there will be appeals for the death penalty and all that shit. And yeah, I mean,
so it's about a 30-year process.
No, maybe 15.
Wow.
Yeah, from like the time you commit the crime to being put to death.
Yeah, so I think this guy's serving life. I actually don't think they have life in Canada. I think after 20.
Well, they don't have it?
I don't think they have life in Canada. I think they just serve 25. And I don't think they do, consecutive sentences?
Concurrent or consecutive. So you can get like 20 years on 2 counts served consecutively.
So that's 40.
At the same time. Or concurrently is at the
same time.
Same time. Consecutively is 20 and then 20.
Wow.
Yeah. That sucks. This the dude who just ran those people over in
Canada.
No.
Like
Michigan on Christmas a couple years ago. Did you see it? He was defending himself. He's a fucking lunatic.
Yeah.
He was defending
Yeah,
himself?
what an idiot.
He's in court.
Yeah, they're like yelling at. I love it. They're like yelling at people, you know, because they're having like a total. They're just out there.
So you can defend yourself like that?
It's the stupidest thing to do.
What about that other guy who killed his whole family, and then he was like screaming.
There are 29 states with the death penalty right now.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. So did you not see that Kelly, the bodybuilder who killed her husband? She told to go on the stand, and his lawyer was like, no. And she, what's that? Were you
pled the fifth?
No, she went on the stand, but made it worse for her.
Oh, blew it. Just totally blew it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mostly. I'm just looking here. It's
red states.
The whole. Well, yeah, mostly.
It's MAGA country.
And then some like California has it, but there's a governor imposed moratorium like that. It's not abolished. It still exists, but you can't do it. I guess.
Oh, okay.
More or less, yeah.
I thought New York had it. They just hadn't used it, which is weird. But yeah, federally, it's still there. That's probably the times that it's used the most often.
Wow.
It's mostly for terrorists.
Right.
Terrorism cases like that, bombings. That
right.
Shit. But yeah, dude, that's nuts, man.
Yeah, crazy story.
That you knew that guy and were fucking hanging out with him, and then
hustling gay
fast
dudes,
forward.
Too.
That's nuts.
Yeah. Fast forward, he's locked up, but yeah. Anyways.
Fuck.
Fucked up stories. Fucked up world, buddy. Fucked up world. We're doing a podcast on a 2 p.m. on a Wednesday, Thursday.
With
right now.
Oh yeah.
It's a great life. This is the other side of killing cats and human beings.
It's people are going to talk about it.
Joking around, drinking seltzers
and teas.
Yeah.
You're welcome. We got like 5 minutes. You have anything that you want to any stories that you want to tell before we start
upcoming
rapping?
shows? What's your next big thing? Are you going on tour again?
Yeah, I'm going on the 1st to 11th, but
Where?
it might not be out. Phoenix and then Dallas. And
This is going to be out in a few weeks.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
so
it's
probably
going to
won't
be like.
What about
this
Thanksgiving?
first
You guys
week,
fuck off for Thanksgiving?
We'll have enough episodes done, but
No, but I'm saying, what do you guys do?
Yeah,
This is my
I'll
favorite.
go home.
Going on Long Island.
Man, I wish I had something to do.
What's your favorite Thanksgiving dish?
I just like, again, I love the whole I like people who do Thanksgiving like when people tell me they've gotten so fat from Thanksgiving. I loved hearing that's my.
Yeah, we go to my aunt's house for it.
And it's amazing.
Oh, it's great. Yeah.
What do they do?
We do every turkey stuffing. We do like appetizer. So you show up. We do apps,
really?
dude. We do apps.
What
and
kind of
then we
apps?
do deviled eggs.
She
like
makes
a
all this
cheese
stuff?
board. Well, we all everyone brings, like my one aunt brings deviled eggs. My other, and then they'll do like a meat and cheese
charcuterie,
board,
right?
or like a little charcutes.
Yeah.
I'll make a mac and cheese, which is my Thanksgiving specialty.
Craft dinner special.
Dude,
Out of
it's
the box.
fucking,
Yeah.
dude, get out of here, dude. I make a great mac and cheese.
Oh yeah,
huh?
you
Using
mentioned that.
gorgonzola?
No, I'm not using gorgonzola.
You said you make it crunchy, right?
Yeah, you sprinkle, like after you bake it,
You put
you
potato
sprinkle
chips on the top?
no, dude, no breadcrumbs, no potato chips, just cheese, and then you broil the top and it gets crispy.
burn it.
And it's a scoop.
Yeah, that's cool.
What
great.
kind of cheese do you use?
Gotta use
cheddar?
cheese.
Cheddar, yeah, I use like 3 different kinds.
You can
three
use a
cheese.
cheddar and mozzarella.
I would
Yeah,
do
yeah.
like
Brie.
I do like a cheddar. I do a
Dude, get some gorgonzola in there.
Brie's the best on
I'm
sandwiches.
not doing a gorgonzola, dude.
No, you throw a little bit in with the cheddar and the other for a little sharpness.
A little sprinkle on the top.
I would like that.
A little bacon crumble on top. That's not bad.
I love bacon.
What's your favorite dessert?
Oh man, it's tough.
You ever had pavlova?
No.
It's good.
I like a raspberry cream pie.
Really?
Yeah, it's the best.
Why?
There's
Raspberry
one they make, raspberry cream. They make it out on Long Island.
Never
out
heard of
this
it.
farm, Briarmere's farm.
Is that what you buy to bring them?
Dude, I'm gonna drive. I'll probably go home maybe
How far are you from there?
Tuesday night. It's like 2 hours from my parents' house.
Dude, what's your address?
To here.
So
JJ's
it's
showing
about
up.
45 minutes from here, and it's about an hour and a half from my parents' house to this farm. I might drive out. I think I might go home Tuesday night and drive out early Wednesday morning.
How can I weasel into someone's Thanksgiving thing?
I feel like he's trying to do it right now.
No, but you're 2 hours. That's too far. I want
Yeah.
to do something in the day during the Manhattan. I have
I don't know who.
Who?
Just keep asking people what they're doing for Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Is that a
Who
good
has a family? You got to get a family person.
family in
There's
New
a lot
York.
of these Manhattan.
Are you going home for
Yeah,
Thanksgiving?
I'll be going home.
Yeah, okay.
But you do.
This will be out after Thanksgiving.
Do you do good Thanksgiving? You said. I thought you said they boil food.
This chaos also. There
Yeah,
could be
yeah,
tears.
okay.
Like you'd come in and like the dog, like you'd be like, "Why is your dog like biting the couch?" And then you just hear like, "I gotta get out of here." Cops are coming.
JJ's like, "Can I come to your house?" And Mike's like, it's not nice."
No, it'll be great actually. We're doing a goose this year.
You know who I do
Goose, dude.
Yeah, goose.
You know who I do love for Thanksgiving? Italians, because they do an Italian Thanksgiving.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here with
Really?
that. I don't like that.
Why? I think it's the best.
No, I want turkey. I want stuffing. I
they
want
do
mashed
all have that
potatoes.
stuff, but they also have.
I don't need
They have, like,
fucking
5 other dishes.
marinara.
Yeah, I love that.
I don't
Stuffed
need,
shells.
I don't need
Yeah,
a meat sauce.
why?
I don't need any of that fucking
just wanted-
gabagool garbage, okay?
Gabagool. They also don't say gabagool outside.
That
of,
gabagooly garbage.
Oh, I would
okay?
love that.
I'm not into it.
No.
Get it out of here.
You don't want a fried cutlet beside your
Ugh.
turkey?
Dude, I am Italian, and it's disgusting. They're like,
So
the
you
way
just
they
wanna
talk, they're
carve-
like, oh, fucking garlic bread. Oh, we
Oh, I
got
love
the garlic
that.
bread going. I'm like, God.
So you just want to eat turkey stuffing, cranberry sauce, and
Dude, you know what?
cake.
I
Yeah.
could go for some turkey parm, some turkey cutlets sliced.
I would love that.
You know my favorite thing?
so hungry
and I'm
right now.
sure this will be out after Thanksgiving, so I guarantee I did it pre-Thanksgiving. I did it a couple weeks ago. Will be the leftovers. It's my favorite thing to do is to do the leftover Thanksgiving sandwich.
Why?
You either do it that night or the next day. You take those rolls. You take a roll.
Oh, the
and I
Hawaiian
do,
rolls.
yeah, and I do
Butter?
a little turkey.
Yeah.
You can do butter if you
Turkey.
want. You butter it, a little turkey, a little cranberry, a little bit of
Stuffing.
mashed potatoes,
Mac
a
and
little bit
cheese.
of stuffing. You could throw some mac on there.
Fuck yeah.
And the cranberry sauce really sets it apart.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
You close it,
Sweet.
and it's a nice little
How many of those do you
leftover
fucking
sandwich.
stuff down your gullet?
Just one, dude.
Hey, bring some extras for JJ. We'll have a couple turkey terrifics.
I would love that.
Turkey terrifics, dude.
That's our name.
Have you
of
ever
a-
done a turducken though?
No.
No, that's
heard those are
that
great.
was
I think that a turkey inside a duck inside a chicken.
sick. I mean, that's borderline serial killer stuff right there. You come over, your mom is
What
like,
about the
she's
deep-
jamming a Cornish hen
That's
up
too
in
much.
another. You're like, what are you doing?
What about the deep fried?
We do
was-
that. We've done that.
I've
My
never
brother's
done it.
done that. It's great. It's great.
I would love.
I've
that.
never
great.
done it. It's super dangerous if the
It's
person's
not
Yeah,
dangerous.
you-
You got to know how to do it, dude.
Yeah, if you're dealing with drunk idiots,
The way you
easily
do it,
burn your house down in 30 seconds.
that's the thing. Because what they do is, and even doing it on the grass, is people fill up the thing with oil, boil it, and then put the turkey in, and it just overflows.
Also,
or
too,
the
the turkey's
if the
so
turkey's
cold.
if the turkey's frozen, it'll explode.
Yeah. What about what? Okay, so this is the last thing. If you have to choose Christmas dinner or Thanksgiving dinner,
Thanksgiving dinner, but Christmas is a holiday.
really?
Yeah. Although I do like usually on Christmas we do some type of like a roast, like
Yeah.
a beef roast instead
I
of
love
turkey.
that.
So I like the sides at
So
Thanksgiving.
if you
but
have,
I like the roast.
so for me, if you have football playing during the day, Christmas over turkey over Thanksgiving.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I love, yeah. That's
Lot
my
of
favorite
chips.
thing about.
I love chips. I love bowls of chips.
Oh yeah.
I love like when you're waiting for food. There's just chips, and you just.
We got to go eat after this. I'm starving now.
You really?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm hungry,
We're
man.
gonna go to my area, or do you want to get
No, I don't know.
stabbed around here?
All right, fucking tell them where they can find you,
JJ
and we'll
Liberman
get out of here.
comedy. You just JJ Liberman. You'll find me.
All
Yep.
right.
Mike T. Kerrigan Instagram.
Getting up at the middle of the end of the podcast. Jesus Christ. Dylan Krasinski on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And Troublemakers on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Episodes are out every Wednesday. Go follow JJ. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next week, baby. Good night.
Yeah.